Offensively, we created some explosive plays, which was good to see. Uh, Devin getting a little more, full go reps. It was really good for him to see and be comfortable in there. There's things that he did extremely well, and there's some areas where he'll see that he needs to just be more patient and go through the progression. But we hit some good plays. We're not at full strength right now, nothing major. Defensively, once again, pretty solid against the run. We gave up a few explosive passes, but then buckled back down and kept them out of the end zone for the most part. So good scrimmage. Got 2 weeks to go and in camp, and then so it's still a long time.
You alluded to you do this every year, but is this kind of the point you expected your guys to be at this point?
I like where we're at. I do. I think we got to keep on track and put the foot on the gas, and I think good things can happen day to day. Just like I just told the team that, just day to day. In a scrimmage, with not all your pieces put together, there's going to be some good and some ugly, and we got to just individually take care of ourselves and just get better.
Mark, how have you seen Tavion Robinson respond to those challenges that you all have given him since then?
Been more consistent. We've been more consistent, so he needs to continue on that path.
Mark, you mentioned last week that you saw the offensive line physicality start to come back. You felt that way. Did that translate out there today?
It did. It did at times. I mean, our front, on defense is pretty solid, and so there weren't many explosive runs, but definitely we're trying to get that mentality.
Coach, looking at the film from today, what do you think your one or two takeaways are going to be on any side of the ball?
Kind of what I alluded to, that you're going to see some really good things. You're going to see reps that are very impressive, but we need to see it all. And so you're never really pleased, you got to put it all together. And if I was a coordinator, I could go up there and look at that side and take those reps and be happy with it. But when you're the head coach, you got both sides, So if one team's creating an explosive play, then I'm pissed that the other side gave it up. So for me, it's kind of hard to be happy on these days, right? So, yeah.
Shamar Porter's not a guy who looks like a freshman out there. What
Yeah.
that size at?
I think it's a guy that we needed, that we definitely needed, that size and somebody like him to come in and be able to contribute. So we'll see where it goes.
Mark, I know it's early, but talking about the freshmen, do you have a gauge on if you're going to get significant help from them, or is it too early to tell?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think there will be some guys that play, yes. How much to be determined, but definitely some guys that can help us. Mm-hmm.
You said physicality, this team has returned. This is potentially to get better. Stay the same.
As I've said, don't put words in my mouth, Lonnie. We want to get back to being physical, and we're putting on our foot on the gas to be better and to be more consistent. And be able to run the ball when everybody knows you're going to run the ball. That's going to set up our play action game.
Just from what we saw last week, it looked like Jalen Geiger was running at full speed and looked like himself. How impressive have you been with him?
Yeah. I thought he showed up today a little bit good. It's really good to have him back. He's worked hard and gone through a lot to get to this point, and he looks good and he's getting more comfortable with each rep.
Brad said this fall that cornerback is one of his positions that he just wasn't going to be able to get a good gauge on until he could see them in pads, in an environment like this. Anything stand out about that group to you today?
I stand behind the quarterback, and so I got blocked. My vision's blocked on a few plays that happened down the field. I thought they when we were in the stadium, so we were about half in the stadium and half in here with lightning. Never did rain, did it?
No, it did.
A little bit.
Oh, did it? Okay. But, they stood out a little bit early. They made some nice breaks on the ball. But as I stood, they completed a few down the field, so I got to go look at it and see what happened on that. But they've been solid. We feel like we have some bodies to work with, and we got to continue to progress.
Obviously, Brad's been here for a while. You've been here for the 11th season. How much at this point, are the older players passing down to the younger players? Here, this is how it goes. This is what we expect. This is the standard we have to do. And are you happy with that at this point?
Yes, and it's very important, as I, talked about through this off season. Obviously we're in change. This is different, right? Where there's many more new players than we normally have ever had, at least since I've been here. So I think it's really important for the older players to, tell them what our culture is and what our standards are and how to do that. And I'm pleased, but it's going to be constant. That's a season-long situation where we need to make sure, we're going to hit adversity some way, some form, somehow. And how do we respond, and how does the leadership respond?
At this point in camp, do you see the O-line kind of getting that comfort level of guys being in the more natural spots and the new guys kind of bringing something?
At times, yes. We definitely solidified some things and helped ourselves with, some talent and some ability. But yeah, I think the big one is getting Marcus at left to give those guys the flexibility to move inside. For Eli, go back to guard. He could play guard or center, and then Kenneth moving back to guard. I mean, it definitely helped us. So we still got a couple pieces. We still got to get more consistent at the right tackle.
I haven't heard much said about Keyshawn Silver. What is your set? What is your,
Yeah, Keyshawn's done a good job. He said he's got a minor injury right now. He's been out a few days, so he'll be back soon.
But what about Jagger? Can you see a progression from him in the fall from the spring?
Yeah. I think it's good. He's getting more comfortable. It's a difficult position. He's got a lot of pressure on him with the front that we have, and so days like today in a scrimmage-like situation where we're really going hard, I think it's important for him.
Brendan Bates told us last week he doesn't want to just be a blocking tight end, which is why he lost some weight. Can you tell a difference in him with that?
Yeah, I think he's always been an athletic guy. He can twist and turn, and he can he can make some difficult catches, and he's shown up in camp. Mm-hmm.
For so many years, you guys have kind of had a bell cow running back, so to speak. This year, it seems like that room's really full. Did you see a lot of those guys getting reps today, and are they trying to figure out the kind of? Yeah,
they all got a bunch of reps. I mean, Ray was in there, quite a bit, but then he's played a lot of snaps, so we were able to get some other guys in, and yeah, it's going to be by committee, and we have some guys with some versatility.
How have the play action schemes gone recently, Coach? We know that's Coach Cohn's bread and butter in a lot of ways.
Well, I mean, we are who we are, I don't want to give away our whole game plan, but, you know what I mean? So, yeah. All right.
Everybody good?
Thank you all.
Thanks.
Yep,
Thank
thanks.
you.